This is the story of Seo-jun, where he grew stronger by farming and evolving his pets by giving them his special juice, making them thick. Thick. What the? In the previous episode, we saw how Seo-jun used the ultimate power of food to tame each and every monster and solve the grand battle between the mommy bear and ox number 3. After that, ox number 3 and the mommy bear became really good friends, and then ox number 3 started his first day at his job. Just like a bulldozer, he plowed all the ground in a single day, and Seo-jun then planted an entire field with spring onions. Then the husband rabbit also evolved after leveling up. But then, a great problem arose. Seo-jun noticed that Theo was not going to the lower floors to sell cherry tomatoes. When Seo-jun asked why Theo was not going, Theo, getting more worried and panicked, explained everything that happened with him. He told how the Silver Wolf tribe attacked him. As Theo was explaining, the baby bear and the baby rabbit continued to play. Then, upon hearing Theo's whole story, Theo couldn't believe what he was hearing, that a bunch of wolves attacked because of this straw hat. Seo-jun wondered, was this really Luffy's hat? Theo, still a little scared, explained that this is why he can't go to the lower floor, or they will once again attack him, and he doesn't know if he will be able to come back alive. He is really scared. Seo-jun, on the other hand, placed his hand on the straw hat. He took his straw hat off his head and while staring at it wondered. He knows this is an artifact, but it is an unnecessary and useless item unless you are a farmer. Then Seo-jun realized there might be other farmers in this tower. Seo-jun, with a confident smile, once again put the straw hat on his head. Yes, he got a really good idea. Then, with a confident smile and a thumbs up, he said to Theo not to worry, as he really has a great idea to teach a lesson to those wolves. Hearing this, Theo got surprised, and with a surprised face he asked Seo-jun, how is that possible? How can Theo possibly battle against those Silver Wolf guys? Guys, please, everyone who is watching this video at this point, like the video at once. I want to see how many likes this video can get and subscribe if you are new to support the channel. Now let's continue. Seo-jun explained that as the guys who hired the Silver Wolves, Theo could also hire someone to guard Theo's ass. Hearing this, Theo got surprised and excitedly, with a big smile, replied that it's actually a great idea. Then Seo-jun explained that being a freelance mercenary is a job that only those born in the tower, like Theo, can do. Anyone can sign a contract with a tower monster to become a mercenary. You just have to be from the tower. If you sign a contract with a client and become a mercenary, that monster will get the ability to use the passage by paying a fee, just like wandering merchants. Although one has to register as a mercenary at the mercenary office and get a badge to do mercenary jobs, there is an exception. Any monster can become a temporary mercenary if they sign a contract with a wandering merchant without any registration or anything. Seo-jun's idea is to make ox number 3 Theo's guard. Seo-jun, with a slight smile, wished he could also go down the tower by signing a contract with Theo as a mercenary, but he can't, because only those born in the tower can do that. Hearing this, Theo complimented Seo-jun and said Seo-jun remembered all this that he told him a few months ago, and he is impressed. After that, Theo, with an excited face, asked Seo-jun, but how will they manage to make ox number 3 become Theo's bodyguard? As although ox number the 3rd of May looked like a dumb monster, he is indeed a monster from the 99th floor, so he is insanely strong compared to the lower floors. Seo-jun, with a smirking smile, replied that he has a great idea. He will offer ox number 3 3 times the daily rate, which will be 3 tower coins, to become Theo's guard by signing a mercenary contract with Theo. He will also offer more onion leaves, since ox number 3 seems to like them very much. He was sure that just the name of onion leaves would be enough to make ox number 3 Theo's bodyguard. Hearing this, Theo instantly jumped high and took Seo-jun's straw hat from his head, patting Seo-jun's head and saying that Seo-jun is a real genius. Today, Theo learned yet another valuable lesson that if one can order any person by giving them food and money. Seo-jun, on the other hand, got a little startled seeing Theo's reaction. Then Seo-jun put his hat back on his head and, now feeling a little proud of himself, said that it was nothing, and in the future, Theo would also become a genius like him. Theo just had to follow Seo-jun, and for sure, in the future, Theo would become the most intelligent monster in the entire towers. Then Seo-jun took out a packet of churu and asked if Theo wanted it. Theo, wagging his tail happily, replied that he wanted it. Well, This is the power of food manipulation, my boys and gals. See how Theo is getting manipulated without even realizing he is getting manipulated. Now back to the story. As Theo happily enjoyed the churu, thinking he would definitely become a genius like Seo Jun without knowing he was already in Seo Jun's trap, getting manipulated by Seo Jun through the churus. Meanwhile, far from Seo Jun's cave, on the barren land, ox number 3 was a little nervous and scared. He was trying to hide from someone, looking right and left. Just then, someone stamped her foot on the ground, startling and scaring ox number 3. A rowdy voice asked ox number 3 where he was going. And voila! Now we have a a female minotaur, full of thickness. She was a warrior ox from ox number 3's clan, a very strong one, let's say a muscle lady. She asked ox number 3 why he was searching for him for 3 days and where he had been. Ox number 3, trembling and nervous, said he was just playing around, nothing special. With a single glare, the muscle lady figured out that something fishy was going on. Then, the muscle lady came close to ox number 3. After glaring at ox number 3 for a while with a suspicious face, she asked, "Why is ox number 3's face shining? Is ox number 3 eating something delicious secretly, huh?" Ox number 3 just stood there with a sweet face, unable to say a single word. The muscle lady grabbed ox number 3's shoulder and started shaking him violently. She said she knew ox number 3 was going somewhere secretly, and seeing how shiny his hair and muscular his body was, she was sure he was eating something delicious. Ox number 3, in front of the muscle lady, remained like a statue. Then the muscle lady, while pointing her finger toward ox number 3, furiously shouted that if he didn't tell her where the food he was eating secretly was, she would beat the living daylights out of him. She threatened to tie him up with chains, beat him 4 times a day without giving him anything to eat or drink until he revealed the location of the food. Hearing this, ox number 3 lost his will and spilled all the bean. He revealed everything about how he met Seo Jun, obtained the divine spring onion, and how he was working to pay his debt, getting 3 meals a day by doing so. The muscle lady got really happy and, while raising her hand, told ox number 3 to take her to see Seo Jun. Without any choice, ox number 3 agreed to take the muscle lady to Seo Jun. As they began their journey to Seo Jun's cave, ox number 3 asked the muscle lady if she could please keep this a secret from the other minotaurs and the Minotaur King. She agreed, saying she only wanted to eat the divine leaf and would keep it a secret until she died. Then, after a while, ox number 3 finally reached Seo Jun's cave. As Seo Jun and Theo came outside the cave, they were left speechless and a little nervous. Standing in front of them was ox number 3, looking scared and nervous, and behind him was the muscle lady. Seeing this, Seo Jun curiously approached ox number 3 and asked, "Who is she? Is she ox number 3's friend?" Ox number 3 replied hesitantly, and then the muscle lady excitedly introduced herself. She said hello, and that her name is Rainy Mountain. Then she asked Seo Jun if he's the one who said he would give food to ox number 3 if he turned the ground upside down. Seo Jun confirmed that he was, and then ox number 3, with a depressed tone, asked Seo Jun if he could let his friend work here too, or else there would be a big problem, a very big one. Seo Jun stood there observing what was going on. After thinking for some time, Seo Jun replied that they had already plowed all the land and now there was no need for extra help. However, he had another idea. He asked the muscle lady if she would be willing to work as a guard for Theo, who was being chased by dangerous wolves. Seo Jun offered to pay her 3 tower coins per day for this service. Upon hearing this, the muscle lady got a little angry and replied that she didn't like the offer at all. She didn't want tower coin. She wanted something she could eat, not pieces of metal. Seo Jun was curious about the sudden change in her attitude. She had said she wanted a job earlier, but now she was refusing. He asked if there was a problem. The muscle lady explained with annoyance that she couldn't eat tower coin. She wanted the reward to be something edible, not pieces of metal. Seo Jun realized he had struck the jackpot. Just like ox number 3, she was willing to do anything for some onion leaf. Seo Jun offered her 3 meals a day and delicious snacks as a bonus if she did her job properly. Hearing this, the muscle lady got pumped up and, in a battle-ready position, clanged her fists together, saying she was ready. Then ox number 3, seeing this, panically asked Seo Jun if he also wanted to do this job. Can he? And Seo Jun, with a smile, though he knew ox number 3 would also want to go seeing how the reward is food, said, "Okay, ox number 3 can also go. With ox number 3, Theo will be more secure. One can guard Theo while the other can battle with the wolf." Then Seo Jun, with a gentle smile, said, Now we will prepare some food and some snacks for traveling for their journey. Just hearing the word food, ox number 3, and Muscle Lady got excited and started to scream in excitement, saying, "Food!" Yeah. After that, in excitement, Muscle Lady jumped and tightly hugged ox number 3, saying thanks so much for introducing her to Seo-jun. Well, guys, ox number 3, for the first time feeling the melons of Muscle Lady, started to blush a little because he is also a virgin. Now, ox number 3, to impress his new crush, confidently said it was nothing, and if she continued to follow him, he would make sure she never ran out of food, and he promised to take good care of her. And they continued their hunt for a while. Seo-jun from behind was watching this romantic scene with a naughty face. After that, Seo-jun harvested some spring onions, and after a while he collected quite a big pile of spring onions. He said, "This should be enough for the newly loved birds, right?" Then Theo came close to Seo-jun and said he packed all the cherry tomatoes inside his bag and he's ready to go. Seo-jun said to Theo that there seems to be a problem here. Theo might have to take out some cherry tomatoes so that he can also carry the spring onions for the minotaurs. Theo, with a smirking face while opening his cap, said not to worry. Then Theo threw his bag on top of the pile of spring onions, and in an instant, all the spring onions got sucked inside Theo's bag. In style, Theo caught his falling bag with one hand. Seeing this, Seo-jun got shocked and asked Theo how did Theo manage to fit all the spring onions in his bag along with the cherry tomatoes. And Theo, while showing his new merchant badge, proudly replied that now he became a senior wandering merchant. So now he can carry more things inside his bag. Hearing this, Seo-jun, now addressing Theo with a little respect, called his name as Senior Theo, now that he saw his badge's color and symbol indeed change. Theo, a little angry, replied that only now Seo-jun noticed this after he told him about it, and he is not happy. Seo-jun then, stretching Theo's cheeks, said, yes, he made a mistake, and he is sorry for that. Now Theo has to hurry and get ready. Now Theo, holding his cheeks, was pouting, and Seo-jun said to Theo that he also packed some gifts for their family. So he asked Theo to take those gifts and give them to Dongshik's family. Theo turned back, and with a thumbs up he said, "Leave it to me." After finally packing everything, Theo, with ox number 3 and his new girlfriend, was ready to go. While going, Theo bid Seo-jun goodbye, and ox number 3 and Muscle Lady assured Seo-jun that they would make sure not a single hair of Theo would be harmed. Seo-jun waved his hand to Theo, ox number 3, and Muscle Lady, wishing them to be safe, leaving Theo in their hands now. The two minotaurs also waved back to Seo-jun. After that, we see on the merchant alley, the road to the end of the lower floor. The wolves were keeping an eye on Theo because he had to go through this gate to go into the lower floor, so they were sure Theo had no choice but to go from here. Then we see Elka holding 3 roasted meat pieces and coming toward the chieftain, saying he brought food. The chieftain asked Elka how much more food was left, and Elka replied that this was the last of their food. The chief turned toward Elko, who was clearly bored and didn't want a guard, asking him to eat. Elko replied with a sad face that he didn't want to eat. Then Elka asked the chief how long they had to stay here. He was really tired, standing here for days, just looking at the passers-by. Can't they go back to the 85th floor? Now, hearing this, the chief became furious and grabbed Elko from his cape, shoutingly asked, "Are you going to keep saying stupid things? Have you thought about their tribe members who are starving for food for days and are waiting on the 85th floor for them to complete their mission so that they will be able to eat some food?" Then the chief's face turned really terrifying, and while growling with menacing, deadly eyes, he said, "If they don't complete the task, they will not be able to get food from Grid, the one who hired them to get the straw hat. And this mission will decide the survival of their clan, so not to say stupid things." Hearing this, Elko started crying and tearfully said he is really sorry and not to be angry. He was wrong, and he will do his job properly, he promised. Then the chief, holding his head really frustrated, said that the more they delay the mission, the more their tribe members will die because of hunger. They have to somehow find this Theo. Elko was just wiping his tears, and Elko was standing with the last roasted meat pieces. Then Elko offered a piece of chicken to Elko, saying that even if he is not hungry, he has to eat, or he will grow weak. Elko, still crying, didn't say anything. Elko, with a warm smile, said that this meat was bought with the last of the money they had, so they have to eat this to gain strength. Elko just listened to Elka with teary eyes. Then Elka also offered a piece of meat to the chief, and as the chief was about to grab the piece of meat, he sensed something and instantly turned back at lightning speed. He aggressively started to look down the stairs. Elka, curious, asked the chief what is wrong, what happened, but the chief didn't say anything because he found Theo. Theo was just below them, walking joyfully. Now the chief, growling and ready to grab Theo by the collar, said that this time, no matter what happens, he will definitely catch Theo and then get information about the Straw Hat. So with this, the episode ends here. Well, what do you think will happen next? Write in the comments along with Part Big 37-incher. Goodbye.